The next day I wake to an oppressive heat. I drag my listless body outside and trudge to the electronics shops in search of batteries. Since this is an older battery, I'm not having much luck finding what I need. By the time I get what I set out for, the sun is already set. Oh my gosh. Why are the lights in my room on? That's strange. I'm sure I shut them off when I left. I can hear faint sounds from the other side of the door. Something's definitely inside. It must be. I know. I'll go visit Kaoru instead. Oh. It's probably Aunt Natsumi. Because that's innocuous. Definitely not a thief. I'm gonna say it's a ghost, though. I know it's ridiculous, but nervous sweat beads up and a cold drop runs down my back. All the crazy and disturbing events of the past few nights have my emotions running high. I hold my breath. I grab the doorknob and slowly turn it. There's no resistance. It's unlocked. Oh, so it's the blonde girl. I breathe in and cautiously crack the door open. Hey, welcome back. I let myself in. What are you doing in my apartment? I wanted to talk to you before we headed to the Black Rabbit. So you picked my luck? Yeah, waiting outside would have been so boring. What, does it bother you? I mean, this is the first time we've managed to have a girl in our apartment, so okay, fine. I won't get too angry. Well, okay, this is the first time we've had a girl come to our apartment and be able to leave, let's say. Not in the body bag. No, wait a minute. Kaoru just up and disappeared, didn't she? Never mind. You know what I was trying to say. Your expression looks like you can't decide whether to be embarrassed or angry. So, what do you want to talk about? I'm sure you've heard all about me from Bond, so I don't see what else you'd want to know. I've heard about the underground matches, Ami's abduction, and Kubitaro's case too. There was something I needed to hear, and I needed to hear it directly from your mouth. Bloodmetry. That's a strange power you claim to have. Do you know something about it? Yes, though it's just a hypothesis. That's better than me. I don't know the first thing about it. Haha. I suppose if I'm to be your teacher, I really can't turn down such a sincere request. That mysterious power of yours is an extension of your intuition. You might know it better as your sixth sense, a little something that warns you of danger. You're saying it's like my instincts? Yes, you could call it that, too. Everyone possesses... Am I... Hold on. Possesses. There should be an ES on there. Yeah. Everyone possesses it to some extent. However, your sixth sense is unusually keen. It's probably why you never lost any of those underground matches. Of course, you also had the physical abilities and reflexes to react to the danger you sensed. I can gotta get a sense what she is saying. When I focused during a fight, I'd just become so much more aware of my surroundings. That's gotta be that sixth sense. But the true value of your sixth sense isn't limited to that. Animals are fascinating, you know? Abilities that aren't necessary for survival are pruned. On the other extreme, they can awaken new abilities if they need them to survive. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? The day Ami disappeared, I met Kakuya. I knew that my life was in grave danger. You're saying that that meeting woke my sixth sense, this bloodmetry power? Precisely. You're an excellent disciple. Though not every person gains some great new power when they face imminent danger. I believe, in your case, that you likely already possess that ability. JFK awakened to the power of getting shot in the head. Perhaps a parent or ancestor of yours had spiritual powers. Don't ask me. My mother was just a normal woman. She didn't have any weird powers. And what about your father? I don't even know what the guy looks like. All I know is that he abandoned my mom. I see. I apologize if I upset you. Nah, I don't care. Anyway, you sure know a lot about the spirit world and all that. I must say, it's nice to have a disciple who views my skills with such respect. But all of my friends know everything we've just discussed. It's common knowledge. Whoa, what kind of friends are those? You got a group of supernatural fanatics or something? A certain sponsor has hired me to investigate spirits and supernatural activities, and Bond's helping me with that. A group that investigates spirits? Sounds like something from a comic book. So who's this sponsor of yours? The head of a distinguished family you've heard of. He also has some strange abilities himself. He uses a peculiar way of thinking to solve supernatural cases that most people wouldn't consider. Like defending a spirit's attacks with a plastic sheet and a broken umbrella. It's quite reckless. Must be a reference to the first game. What the hell kind of idiot is that? He looks like your basic sullen middle-aged man. It goes without saying that he's not my type. He's currently on an overseas business trip with a friend, which is why I have to traipse around investigating cases now. Although, thanks to that situation, I was able to meet a wonderful young man like you. Well then, it's about time. We should get going, Spike. Get this girl in your apartment. And you just... Okay, she's even upset about it, I know it. By the way, Spigru, do you happen to know if anyone's committed suicide in the apartment before? Huh. She's not going to comment on the fact that we didn't even try to make a move on her. Man. Of course, I don't know. Maybe she's supposed to be like 40 or something. I can't really tell. How should I know? Why would you just ask that out of the blue? There's an extremely ominous presence in the apartment. I didn't want to worry you, so I wasn't going to mention it, but I changed my mind. Have you experienced any unusual phenomena here? Yeah, a bunch of weird things have happened. I almost died once too. Twice, I believe it was. And yet you seem pretty unfazed. Well, obviously, I didn't die. And so much strange stuff has been happening lately that I might just be getting used to it. You're a pretty carefree kid. I sense a power in the apartment that draws spiritual beings to it, like a famous suicide spot or haunted area. Well, thanks. I feel all warm and fuzzy now. So what am I supposed to do? Without knowing what's causing it, it's hard to recommend an effective approach. It's because Ami's in there. You're feeling her spiritual energy. Moving out would be the easiest solution. I really don't have time for that. And anyway, I'm not just some weakling who's going to move out just because of some stupid ghost. I figured you'd say that. It's your life. Do whatever you like. But if it starts getting on your nerves, just come talk to me. I'll come talk to Kaoru first, I think. When we arrive at the Black Rabbit, the lights are on. Oh, welcome. Aunt Natsumi is here, and she looks exhausted. I wasn't expecting to see you here. Yes, I won't be here long, though. I have to meet with a new detective. Her eyes are completely lifeless, although that's to be expected. For 2 weeks now, she's been doing anything and everything she can to find Amy. Police, detectives, flyers, the internet, none of it has helped. Would it help if I told her Ami is alive but being held hostage somewhere? I don't think so. Even if I did tell her that, there still wasn't anything she'd be able to do about it. if I did tell her that, there still wasn't anything she'd be able to, there still isn't anything she'd be able to do anything about it. Worse, if she gets involved, she could end up dying just like Maruhashi. Maruhashi, that's it. Despite that, should I still tell her what I know about Ami's situation? No. Okay, I'm leaving. Saying yes there should just be an immediate bad end. Aunt Natsumi quickly leaves. Bad end due to stupidity. After a bit, Rosé, who was waiting outside, comes in. So was that your aunt? She seemed so distraught. It was painful to even look at her. Hey, sorry I'm late. That mahjong game got intense at the end. What's the matter? What's got you two looking so serious? You are the most incorrigible, thick-headed man I have ever had the displeasure of meeting. You're beyond all hope. Death would be a kindness to you. Yeah. You have no idea, lady. Huh? What the heck are you so mad about? I don't have the energy to explain it to you. Well, how's your investigation going? Don't you dare tell me that it slipped your mind and you wasted all your time playing mahjong. Don't be ridiculous. I'm a consummate professional. Here's all that I found so far. You didn't have any friends or close relatives, so I wasn't able to get much. But I grilled Moroku's publisher and it paid off. I finally got my hands on this. Oh, so he originally wanted to be a doctor, did he? Changing career paths from doctor to an author is quite a drastic life change. The reason he did so is a mystery. Apparently he didn't talk about himself much, but it's doubtful that cash was the reason. The Moroku family is extremely well off. Yes, that's evident just based on that mansion. 3-room mansion. A poor author wouldn't be able to live like that. Apparently his publisher never once set foot in that house either. Seems like Moroku hated anyone intruding on his private life. So basically, if we are to learn about his private life, our only option is to rummage through that mansion. That's right. I also looked into what was recorded on that T-tape. The girl disappeared half a year ago. She was last seen at an intersection about a 5-minute stroll from the Moroku residence. I see. So that's why there are regular patrols around that area. But if that happened half a year ago, why are they still maintaining that patrol route? As it turns out, a number of other girls have disappeared around that area too. Eesh. Oop. They're ancient cases though, so I didn't have time to dig into them. That concludes my report. Good work. Then we should head straight to the Moroku residence. Should we head straight to the Moroku residence? We must unveil the truth that lurks within the darkness. We go our separate ways at Kisoji Station, just like yesterday, and each get on the train. I reached the Moroku residence without any particular trouble today. Another wonderful night. I feel like we'll make great progress with our investigation. You got here fast today. Well, I learned after my trip here yesterday. Anyway, same plan as yesterday? Yeah, you and someone else go investigate. The other one stays behind to keep watch. Sounds alright with you? Yeah, that's fine. I'm surprised that it wouldn't make more sense for us to end up being the lookout while the adults do the real work. Well, if there's a flaw to this plan, Ban looks towards the Morocco residence. It might be the fact that we already explored most of the mansion yesterday. We already checked the hallways, living room, and the bedroom, but there were no other rooms. Hang on a second. From the outside, the mansion looks like it would have a second floor, or at least an attic. But from what we saw yesterday, we didn't find any stairs anywhere, right? Wait a moment, it doesn't necessarily have to be stairs, right? Maybe there's a ladder hidden somewhere? Rosé makes a good point. I missed those details on my first day of investigation. Let's take one more look around the rooms. That's all we can do. Just have to use our feet, eyes, and hands. Time's wasting. Let's get this started. All right. She's the only one with any useful skills, I think. Bond doesn't have any particular abilities or knowledge. Well, Bond, you're on lookout duty. Fine by me. See you later, then. Rosé, don't you go off doing anything on your own. All right, let's get going. Let's see. Anything new up here? Nope. Nope. Just gotta go inside. Better not be a D-mail. A text. I open up the message. Oh, wow. How are you? It's D-Man. I've prepared your next riddle. Repeatedly hurry the movement of the monster that moves without rest. It's the clock. Come on, look at that later. Focus on the investigation. I know, I'm coming. Clock in this room, I think. What? Another phone call? As we stepped into the room, the loud ringing suddenly stopped. I have always hated that sound. I should check it out just in case. But first, let's check out this clock with no hands on it. An old pendulum clock. There's an old pendulum clock on the wall. Okay, let's try that. I push the long hand around in a full circle, but nothing happens. Okay. I spin the short hand backwards, but nothing happens. Nothing happens when I grab the pendulum and stop it. I release it and nudge it to get it moving again. Alright. This wasn't here before, was it? I don't think it was. That's new. Alright, let's review. What did that message say exactly? Repeatedly hurry the movement of the monster that moves without rest. Okay. When I spin the long hand, the clock makes a noise. I open the glass door, and cards fall out of it. A card falls out of it. I lower my gaze to the writing on the card. Spirit Memoirs 6-1, Devil Mail. What? Okay. Emails sent by the devil. If you read them, you'll kill someone. Some murderers have mentioned this urban legend when interrogated. The motives for the murders are unknown, as the attackers claim to be tempted by an evil spirit. In some cases, the victim and killer had never met. The only thing in common in each case was the mention of the devil. No traces of these emails were found, and no one remembered the contents exactly, except the subject line. It It was that ex-detective guy who told me about these cases, though they came from a police officer he knew. Unluckily for me, this was the exact kind of case I enjoy. They're fun to work on, but I never got any compensation for it. I went and put an ad in a magazine with a warning not to open the mail in hopes of finding someone who knew something. I got one response and met with them. My purpose was to identify the sender. The IP address provider didn't exist, and I hit a dead end. Oh, I see. A few months passed after I started investigating. That's when I got the mail myself on my cell, like it was coming after me. I went mad with joy when I saw devil mail in the subject line. Do you know what was inside? An endless string of 4 letters, Liza. You know, I feel like I've seen an AI with that name, but it's not important right now. Those in the letters sound familiar? It was a case for Mr. K. This has gotten long, so time to wrap up. But there's one more thing I'd like to mention that might be making you curious. That is, of course, who killed me. Huh? Don't be alarmed. The reason's not important, but curses have no effect on me. At any rate, the ex-detective... Oh, I see. So... What? I don't get it. The reason's not important, but curses have no effect on me. At any rate, the ex-detective's on the Liza case, so focus on your own problem. Best of luck to you. That's, if you read them, you'll kill someone. So I get the email, and that makes me kill someone. Alright. So what does this mean? He got the message, and I was saying, that is, of course, who killed me? But that's not how that works. It would be him killing someone else. It should be, that is, of course, who did I kill? Right? It isn't you get an email and then you get killed. It's you get an email and then you kill someone. Well, whatever. I'm probably just misreading it. What's that? A card from some kind of game? Honestly, I'm not really sure. Him being like, if the D-Man was a spirit or something, that would make sense for why he's able to place these cards all over the place without, with impunity. The pendulum swings without stopping. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, check in here one more time. Okay. It's a rattan basket. The fruits inside are all black. The fruits inside the basket are all so old, they've all turned completely black. They're completely dried up. I pluck one fruit off of what seems to be a bunch of bananas. Okay. Maybe we can give it to whoever sent us that D-mail. There's a black phone on top of the storage shelf. I take the handset and put it to my ear. I don't hear anything. Is the line connected? I turn on the flashlight and follow the telephone line coming from behind the shelf. I notice that something's stuck in between the storage shelf and the wall. I try wedging my hand in, but the crevice is too small and I can't reach it. Did you find something? There's something stuck between the shelf and the wall. The space is so tight that my hand can't reach inside. I wish I had access to some smaller hands. Like yours, maybe? Why don't you reach in, please? Well, let's move the shelf then. Yeah, that's probably the best way. Okay. Let's try it. Need a hand? Yeah, just in case. Rose and I go to the sides of the storage shelf and... All right, let's go. Yeah, here goes. On her call, I lift up the shelf, but... Rose immediately starts laughing and lets go. Hey, come on, take it seriously. Ah ha 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 ha. I'm sorry. It's just that I instantly realized I couldn't possibly lift it. I just lost all my motivation. Oh, I see. Okay, so she lifts it and is like, oh, it's not even budging. I see. Well, it did look a lot heavier. It did feel a lot heavier than it looked. This is impossible for me. Guess it can't be helped. I might have to give up here for now. Yeah, kind of figured. Get Vaughn after we've searched this room. Don't think I see anything different. Was this table and chair here before? Feel like it might be different. Oh, that's right. I remember that I bought a replacement battery. I take the new battery from my pocket and swap the batteries. Oh, so you remembered it. We shouldn't have any problems playing the tape now. I suspect we're going to end up using it as a recorder. Oh no. I can't tell. Is that even a recording one? Can I like record the screaming? Or no, the screaming is like in your head, isn't it? That one. Oh. I guess I gotta use the tape. Oh. So we're gonna find more tapes. It's probably behind that shelf, isn't it? All right. Rose, you're on lookout. No problem. Just leave it to me. Au revoir. I'll see you both later. All right, let's go. Hold on 1 second. All right. Let's move this shelf. Let's try it. I'll give you a hand. Bon and I go to the sides of the storage shelf and... All right, let's do this. Now. With his call, I pick up the shelf. Perhaps the wood is dense, because this thing is far heavier than it looks. Whoa, it's heavier than I thought. We just need to move it a little bit. Don't hurt yourself, old man. I'm not a senior citizen, goddammit. Here it goes. We move it a step or two and set it back down. Damn it. Almost threw up my hip there. So, did you get the thing? Yeah, it was on the floor. So what did you think? What do you think it is? Quit playing around and show it to me. I'd light up the object with the flashlight and show him. It's a cassette tape labeled H. Labeled H. Looks like it was worth putting my hip at risk. Yeah. I wonder what's recorded on this tape labeled Etchy. Okay, that's enough. I put tape H into the boombox. I press the play button. No sound comes out of the speakers. Is it working properly? Well, the tape is spinning just fine. Maybe it hasn't gotten to the part where there's sound. Suddenly, the phone from next room rings. Huh? This is intriguing. Looks like someone wants us to answer the phone. But the tape is still spinning inside the boombox. Let's go take a look. We keep getting interrupted when we want to listen to this tape. Oops. Or rather, when we want to listen to tapes in general, there's all these obstacles in the way. I summon up some courage, take the handset, and put it to my ear. Radio noise? I hear something that sounds similar to when tapes are played back. I listen to the headset, just hoping to hear something else. Jeez. I almost fling the handset away in response to the scream that pierced my ear. Speakeroo? I'm all right. It's nothing. I can't afford to miss any of it. I immediately return the handset to my ear once again. It hurts so much. Please, just end it. Just kill me already. What the hell is this? I hear a girl's voice, pleading desperately. From further away, I hear the murmur of an old man. I see. Sorry, I want to try and keep you alive, but that might be impossible with all 4 limbs cut off. Ugh. God. Jeez, this game sure puts some intense visuals in your head. It ended. Looks like you heard something quite unpleasant. Do you mind telling me what you heard? All right. I ascribed the girl's scream and the voice of the man who apologized. If what he said about cutting off all 4 limbs is literal and is true, then this is a recording of something truly terrible. I wouldn't call that etchy at all. The entire time I heard a sound that sounded like tape noise. I couldn't hear it directly, but I think it was what was recorded on the H tape. All 4 limbs cut off, you say? He apologizes when he is the cause. What could this man possibly be trying to do? Sounds like the logic of a psycho. There's no point in thinking about it. Even so, we should attempt to figure out the cause of his deviance. I can't tell. I think these are doors, right? Can't go out through them, though. Something spooky out here? Or in here? Oh, shit. Hell. Okay, so that's what was over here before. But not visible or whatever. Oh, God. Ugh, some things are starting to add up. Kakuya has the body of a doll, but her face looked real to me. Was she one of the people that was like dismembered this way? So she's got a real torso, but no legs and arms. Just like this girl over here, I suspect. Shit. Oh, I don't even want... Ugh, I gotta take a break. Well, I've got liquid courage going now. I really don't want to do this. What the hell? I can't contain my shock as my flashlight lights up an object on the ground. I gather myself and look at it again. Hold on. That's not the ground, Spike. Is this a doll? The object sitting on the bed seems to be a little girl doll. I'm no doll expert, but I can tell that it's more sloppily made than the Kaguya doll. Its clothes are dirty and there are a couple reddish-black stains on it. This little girl is wearing a mask. I wonder what this mask is. It has a beak, so perhaps it's a bird? Who cares? Let's check it out. There's gonna be some spooky shit here. It's the second day. Throw some fruit at it. I try pulling on the mask to remove it, but it won't budge, almost as if it's glued on. Glued on, not glued on. I ignore it for now and take a look at its clothes. I notice a reddish-black stain there. If it were edible, a kid might enjoy. Do I really need to give this the... Yeah, okay. I bet something will happen if I leave. All right. Well, I'm sort of, oh, wait a minute. Oh god, this is gonna be graphic as hell. Yeah. There's a reddish black stain on the doll's clothing. This might be a blood stain. Looks like blood. Maybe I'll give it a try. I don't think this is going to be YouTube thumbnail friendly. I let out a breath to relax and press my fingertip to the blood. I hear a sniffling, crying sound. Along with it, I begin to hear a quiet voice. I'm famished. Famished. Huh? Speaker? Did you just... Yeah, I tried it out. So it seems... Any luck? I heard a voice. The voice was saying famished. What? What? What kind of name is Famish? Is this some kind of young person joke? No, I mean, I'm saying I have no idea what they mean by famished. Must be lost in translation. Ah, I thought it was some kind of wordplay I didn't understand. Famish means starving. Basically, they're saying they're really hungry. Huh, that's the first time I've heard it. Is it from a weird dialect? It's an older word. I'm not too surprised that you don't know the meaning. I don't know what a doll. I don't know what a doll would be starving, but that's what it seems to be saying. There's some. Is there like dumb gas in the room right now? What's going on here? This is. Can I do this again? Okay. I wonder if Bond would have something to say. Hold on. There's got to be something I can do here. I don't know what an Okina mask is. With this giant story development, I am still somehow stuck. This is very obviously the girl, right? Why? Whatever. Something will happen, I'm sure. I feel like there's just some kind of story trigger I need to activate to allow me to progress. I try bringing Bond, I guess. Bond, man, tell me something. I'm kind of out of ideas here. Like, I very obviously need to do something with that girl, right? But I don't know what it would be. Yeah, gotta be the girl. Might just have to resort to trying everything in my collection here. Oh, I thought I just tried that, didn't I? I'm sure I tried this already. Well, whatever. The mask makes a sound, and then the mask falls on the doll's lap. Pheasant mask, isn't it like a duck? on, man. You and I both know that's not a doll. What the hell? It's gonna chase us when we try to leave, right? What? This is genuinely confusing. Mask worn by the doll that appeared in the bedroom. Looks like an oddly colored pheasant head. Seems like it's meant to be hung on some... Oh! Well, as long as we're hanging things on here. What happens if I hang the Okina mask on here? Okay. That thing looks eerie.
Oh.
Hey, looks pretty alright. Maybe it was hung up here. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Just then, I hear something move in the hallway. What's going on? I quickly remove the mask, but the shaking won't stop. Oh, there's gonna be a trap door come open and ladder. Oh. Huh. Eventually, the vibrating stops. The hallway entrance appears at the mud wall in front of me. Whoa, seriously? Is this a ninja lair or something? This is the first time I've seen an actual trapdoor. But it looks like we saw a glimpse of the true face of the owner of this place. Huh? What are you talking about? There's only one type of person who would build something like this. A paranoid person. Someone who's possessed by something. Hmm? Possessed? By what? That's $1 million question, kid. Come on. Time to see where this hidden passage leads. Time for someone to see where this hidden passage leads. What the hell? That's so bizarre. It's just gonna stay there for now, I guess. We make our way down the extremely narrow path from the hidden entrance. It's really cramped. This tight hallway must be located between two rooms. At the end of the path, there's another door. Looks like this is our only option. Hee hee, how exciting. I hear something walking on the roof. Oh! God damn it, game. That wasn't necessary. Jeez. Beyond that door, I open the door and am shocked to be looking at the front entrance of the Moroku residence. What? Well, that's quite the surprise. I don't understand what's going on. Is something like this possible? I mean, I don't believe it either, but it's actually happening. Hold on a second. Keep calm. Chill out and take a look around. What I notice next is that the secret door I thought we opened earlier is now closed. Everything else seems to be the same. Why is the entrance to the secret passage closed again? Well, if it wasn't, we'd be looking at ourselves. I'm not sure. I have a number of half theories, but I can't say for certain. I'm positive we entered this secret passageway and opened the door. Did something happen the moment we went through the door? That thought gives me an idea. Hey, we entered from the door located at the front entrance, right? So what happens if we try to leave? I see. You want to do the opposite of what we just did. Yeah. If we end up back at the secret passage by doing that. I really did not want to think about it, but doesn't it seem like we'd be stuck in here? Yes, that would appear to be the case. We'll never know unless we try. Let's try going outside. I rush to open the door, and once going outside, I see the unchanged Moroku residence once again. Whew. Seems like we've escaped the worst possible scenario. My goodness, what a relief. Bon, our lookout, looks at the two of us and looks confused. What are you two doing? Yeah, you see... I retell what happened when we went through the secret passageway. I can't believe it. You're not pulling my leg, are you? Piecing all the information together, it seems that when you enter the secret passage, you enter a different Moroku residence. A different Moroku residence? How's it different? I'm not sure. It could be in a different time, situation, or just some specific state. We travel to a Moroku residence in a different state by entering that door, is what I mean. If we had to come up with an explanation, that's the hypothesis that makes the most sense. Assuming you're correct, how's that even possible? There's some extremely powerful curses and thoughts that sometimes cause phenomena like this. I have to go. Sorry about that, had some things to do upstairs. Stairs that take you to the same floor or an intersection that leads to the same place. These are examples I've heard from someone who actually experienced them firsthand. I don't believe that at all, but I guess I'll have to since it's actually happening. If we're experiencing this phenomenon, then it means there are great dangers ahead. Are you going to continue investigating? I'm fully prepared to face these dangers. I've gotten through it up until now. This is nothing. Attaboy. That's one thing about you that I like. All right, then let's continue our investigation. It's a very effective jump scare. However, I bet that this girl will be gone now. Yep. Uh-oh. The moment I enter the room, I hear something from the back. Is that a boombox? I hear the button being pressed once again, and the noise from the tape stops. Okay. Fine. I'll play your game. Taking a look, I see that there's a cassette tape in the boombox. I eject it, and I notice it's labeled A. Hopefully not for Ami. Again. It's an important clue. We have to listen to it, even if you don't want to. I rewind the tape and press the play button. And immediately, a shuddering voice echoed. Ugh, more screaming. A girl's screaming fills the room and then it finally goes quiet. We hear silence for a bit, then Don't worry, it's just your legs. I'm knowledgeable in treatment as well. But now... A man's calm voice is cut off by the tape stopping. I double-check to make sure the tape's done and then eject it. Jeez, I sure hope we get to meet the guy that did this. Kick him off a roof or something. Actually, that's not what I wouldn't do. That's not what I would do. That was excruciating. Yeah, seriously. The screams were buried in my ear. Why are just your legs and knowledgeable in the fields of treatment important? Thinking about it, the owner of the mansion, Yakumo Miroku, was aspiring to be a surgeon. Is the male voice on the tape Miroku? I am opposed to the death penalty because I think that that's way too easy and quick a way out. I think that the right treatment for someone who does something like this is... well, I don't want to say an eye for an eye, but... First of all, lots and lots and lots of pain, but then just... I don't know. Forced to stay alive, I think would be the worst treatment possible, worst punishment possible, you know? Just kept alive by a tube, never able to move again, just stuck in your head. I can't imagine. Oh my god, shit. Okay. It's only 11:30 tonight, so hopefully I'll be able to watch something to get this shit off my brain before I go to bed. Because I got a feeling there's going to be more crap. A doll again. I know this doll wasn't here before, and I'm starting to be convinced of Rosé's theory about the other Miroku residents. Taking a look at the clothes it's wearing, I can see a light stain on the abdomen. That's definitely not a doll, right? Maybe I'll give it a try. I slowly breathe out and bring my fingertip closer to the stain on the clothes. I'm hearing what sounds like crying again, and from afar, a girl's voice saying, This time I hear words I can understand. Cold? Is that what she was saying? Yeah, I heard it clearly this time. Cold, Mom. Unfortunately, I don't see a heater here. If we can't do anything about it here, then we'll just have to carry her somewhere we can. What? This is just a terrible idea. This is a terrible idea in so many ways. I guess I'll do it. Here we go. I steady myself and carry the doll. It feels heavier than an actual child. Careful, dolls won't help you lift them. It'll probably feel heavier than a child. Makes sense. Yeah, it definitely feels that way. All right, now the question is, where should I carry it to? I can't investigate while carrying the doll. Okay. I expect that warmer thing is worn out by now. Entering the bedroom, my eyes immediately shift towards the bed. Those blankets are obviously high quality. I'm sure she won't be cold in that. All right, there it is. I'll lay it down in the bed on the back. You move the blanket aside. As you wish. Okay, here you go. I lay the doll on the sheets and place the duvet over it. Now, let's see how she feels. She shouldn't feel cold anymore. Let me ask her again. I put my fingertip under the blanket. I heard a crying voice again, and that voice... It's no use. She's saying the same thing. Oh, wait. I realized that I was overlooking something important. Mom. Huh? I think she wants a mother. Well, don't look at me. You're closer than I am, right? Well, the doll definitely isn't satisfied. Now, what should we do? Get in there, girl. Hey, Rosé. Sorry, but can you handle this? Rosé grimaces. But I have a public image to uphold. Sorry, but we really don't have the time to care about things like that right now. Fine, but only because you're my disciple. I know I'm the one asking you to do this, but what are we supposed to do here? Essentially, we need the doll to feel some motherly warmth. I think an imitation of breastfeeding would be best. Oh, shoot. That's gonna be... hopefully she doesn't wake up while she's doing it and, like, bite stuff off. Wait, seriously? You're gonna... No, I'm not going to actually feed it. I'll just sleep next to it and lull it to sleep, just like mothers do. Here, like this. Oh god, this is so weird. This game is very good at creating uncomfortable imagery. Slipping under the blanket next to the doll, Rosé speaks to it as she rubs its head. Oh, you must have been so scared. It's all right now. Mom's here with you. There's nothing to worry about anymore. The scary dream is over now. Hush now. Go to sleep. I hear a clack from the mask. Hey, Spigru. Rosé crawls out from the blanket. She's holding on to a dog mask. It just came off on its own. Maybe this means the doll has been released from her thoughts? Now that she mentions it, I remember the mask coming off on its own when I gave the doll fruit. Yeah, maybe. Oh, and there's this as well. What's this? It was wrapped around the doll's mouth. I assume it must have been used as a gag. Oh god, this is so screwed up. The screams I heard in the tape replay them. The screams I heard in the tape replay themselves in my head. I pick up the doll from the bed. Rosé helps me, and we put it back in the living room where it was originally. Oh. So it doesn't have a face. Okay. Okay. That's, I mean, that's a mild reassurance, I guess. I was really afraid that this was going to be like some dead girl. Probably is still, but... Alright, now I gotta use the dog mask on this thing here. Oh! I just thought of something. I wonder if we're going between like different dimensions or something like that. And originally we were in the dimension that the Okina mask is from. Right? Then we went, now we're in the pheasant mask house. And there's a dog mask house as well. I'm going to try using this one. I take out the Okina mask and set it on the frame, but nothing seems to change. Oh, darn it. That was a good theory, I think. Let's see what happens if I put the pheasant mask on. I place the pheasant mask on the frame, but it doesn't seem like the secret door is going to open. Okay. All right. I place the dog mask on the frame. Once again, the entrance to the secret passage appears. As expected. If our working theory is correct, there should be another Moroku residence ahead. That's right. Come on, let's go. It's gonna be so... Theory for what could happen ahead in the game. I know this won't happen, but it would be cool or weird if it did. Like we go home and Ami's there, because we're now in a different dimension. Because we went into this house, we went through it, and now we're like in a different universe, parallel world or something. Now Ami's there. That would be really weird. But then like we need to get back to our home dimensions because this one's all wacky, and suddenly it just turns into every science fiction movie ever, or every time travel movie ever. Come on, let's go. Game, I'm going to squint this time. You are not screwing with me. But I'm also going to save first. I'm going to look at the monitor screen instead of the capture screen. All right. That's what I thought, game. Ha! Not gonna scare me that easily again, please. Okay. As we thought, the door in the secret passageway connects to the front entrance of the residence. The entrance doesn't look any different aside from the passageway being closed. Okay. And everything's still normal out here. Alright. Okay. I open the door to the bedroom and step inside. When I entered the room, I heard the sound of someone knocking on the front entrance door. Huh? Who's there? Is it Bon? No, he has a cell phone. Let's go check just in case. So we did something with a ghost doll in this room. Then we did something with a ghost doll in the living room. And now we're going to do something with a ghost doll in the foyer, whatever that word is. Right? 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 Huh? Serious? Alright, there's that theory out the window. Going outside. Bon is still standing around and being a good lookout. What? Looking for something? No. Hey, did someone come by just now? The hell? What are you talking about? I mentioned the sound that I just heard. It kind of felt like someone was delivering the mail or something, so I came to check just in case. Well, obviously no one's been here. If the knock was that loud, then I would have heard it too. You didn't hear it? Nope. Well, considering everything else going on with the place, there must be some sort of reason. Maybe you should take a quick look outside. Yeah, I'll do that. Alright. Well, of course, there's probably... Spike said that there's probably mail, right? So let's check the mailbox. Digging around, my hand bumps into something. It's a cassette tape labeled S and a sparkler. I understand the tape, but why is there a sparkler in here? Looking closer, I see scorch marks on the tip of the firework. Looks like it was lit, but the flame went out before it reached the end. Well, the obvious answer would be harassment. He probably didn't talk to his neighbors much. I see. Maybe it's symbolic of this girl's life being snuffed out. Too early. I'm going to go in here, even though the player's in the other room, just to see if there's anything different. Please, please. Okay. I gotta say, this game is like doing a really good job genuinely screwing with me, like making me very nervous. There's a difference between a game inducing fear and anxiety. Like, and you know, sometimes you need a bit of both, right? But I really hate cheap jump scares, and this game has so far only gotten me with 2. And I've, like, how deep into it am I now? That can't be right. Is that right? Wow, maybe it is. No, I haven't been playing it for 7 hours today. Oh, I have kind of left it running for quite a while today. I've only been playing it for around 2 hours. Anyway, let's say I've been playing it for around 12 hours, and like 2 jump scares in that time isn't too bad. You know, that's reasonable. Must be this one. I put tape S into the boombox. I pressed the play button and let out a sigh. There's a long period of idle sounds, and then a scream, along with a loud noise. The sounds make me gnaw my lips. I never thought it'd be so stressful just to listen to screams. The girl repeatedly screams, "Give it back." I don't want to imagine what she wants back. Soon the scream grew distant, and I hear a man's voice once again. No need to worry, it's just one arm. Let's take our time and cut it while I treat it. The sound cuts off there. I think I finally understand what this man was doing to these girls. It's clear from the other tapes that he's been cutting off the hands and legs of the victims. He's even saying, "while I treat it," so... He's not trying to murder the girls, so he has to have some objective that's making him cut off their arms and legs. He's making dolls, dum-dum. I don't get it. Why the hell would anyone need to cut the arms and legs off anyone? And what are these dolls in the shapes of little girls all around the place? I can't put two and two together. Why won't this round peg fit into this round hole? It just won't go in. Wait a minute. Anyway. Obviously, this isn't an answer that any sane person... This isn't a question that any sane person can answer. It is met by a suffocating silence. Let's continue investigating. I get the feeling that we are approaching the answer to that question. The first mask... Let's check this out. The first mask was an Okina mask. I don't know what that means. Okay, it looks like an old man's face, but part has worn off. So this, if these are all representing individuals, and this is representing the guy who lived here and presumably killed these girls. And then there's a pheasant mask, which is symbolic of one of the girls, and a dog mask. Just wondering if these connect back to the earlier cases in some way. No, I guess they don't. There's just thing like a dog mask. The previous case had this thing about dogs, but no, that'd be pretty far-fetched. Probably just a coincidence. Now let's see the doll in the living room. That's really unsettling. I find another unfamiliar doll sitting in front of the coffee table. Here we go again. Something about this doll immediately jumps out as different. Is this one naked? And it can't show us the front because it's a real girl. Right? This doll doesn't seem like it's wearing clothes, and just like the other dolls, there's a red stain on it. Maybe I can hear this doll's voice. I take a deep breath, move my fingertip towards the stain on its back, and notice it notice it feels just like flesh. Well, then again, I guess if that was like a flesh and blood torso, it would be like decayed by now, right? Of course, you can embalm someone, I guess, and that makes it last a bit longer, but probably not the months or years that have gone by since this guy was still alive. I hear some sniffling and crying. Then I begin to hear a quiet voice. They never make this easy, do they? I think the voice I heard was saying, I want to go to school, but how can I make that wish come true? Aha. And she's naked, so I gotta put her... Okay. Okay. Good puzzle. Good puzzle. Give you points for that one. I take out the sailor uniform and put it on the doll. I'll help. Putting clothes on a doll ends up being a lot tougher than I thought. Working together, the two of us finally managed to put the hands and legs through. My goodness, a stylist's job is exhausting. This is probably tougher because this heavy doll isn't helping us at all. This oddly heavy doll. Hopefully it's wooden. Hopefully it's wooden. God. I step back and take a look at how it turned out. The ticking of the clock and silence continue to drone on and on. That's weird. Nothing's happening. Is a school uniform not enough? Well, we didn't take her to school. Seriously? I don't want to think about taking this doll out of here and taking it to a school. The closest school is pretty far from here. Well, I'm out of ideas. It'll take me a while to come up with something else. Looks like Rosé has given up. I don't really think that Bon is going to have any ideas, but... All right. Jeez, how many girls did this guy kill? The reason why I'm opposed to the death penalty is just that it's like way too fast. You know? A person should have to live with what they did and regret it every day for the rest of their lives and wish that they were dead but not have that release. Like, how many people in prison for the rest of their lives do you think would like say, yeah, fine, just end it, you know? I think that would be a lot of them, actually. Because like just every day the same thing, that would and they don't even, you know, you can't even like try and go on a hunger strike because they'll just put you on an IV. No problem, just leave it to me. Au revoir, I'll see you both later. All right, let's go. Yeah, the idea of being forced to stay alive to me is way more horrifying. I guess, you know, that might be like a thing that's different to different people, I guess. Like maybe for some people the thought of just dying would be terrible, but like all I can think of is being locked in there, you know, probably still getting news from outside, hearing about all the, you know, all the amazing things happening in the world. And also you will never, ever, ever get to see them. At best, you'll get to hear about them. That would just be the worst form of torture. Well, okay, let's not say that. Let's not say that. I think things in this very video are clearly worse forms of torture. The doll continues to stay silent, mask still stuck to its face. What more can we do to grant this doll's wish of wanting to go to school? Hey, Spigaro. Sit next to her. Huh? What are you talking about, old man? Listen, just shut up and sit down. Also, I'm not Ban. From now on, you call me Mr. Ban. You got that? Huh? Say what? Though it feels ridiculous, I sit down next to the doll as Bon ordered. All right, let's review what we learned in our history lesson last time. So when did Columbus make it to America? Spigaro, what's the answer? Bon, pretending to be a teacher, calls on me like I'm a student in his class. What the hell? Something about the ocean blue. All right, 1492, right? Good. I'm glad you Good. I'm glad you reviewed what you learned. All right, next question. I'll ask you. Bon points to the doll and throws out a question. What year was the Emancipation Proclamation signed? I wonder if this was localized too. Like they were actually asking about like, in what year did the Tokugawa shogunate fall? Blah blah, and that kind of stuff. And they just changed it to this because white people wouldn't understand what a shogunate is or whatever. Well, whatever. However, the doll continues to stay silent. Fine. I guess I can help keep this going for a bit. Yo, Mr. Bond, don't you think this question is too difficult for an elementary schooler? Oh, good point. My bad. You're doing a terrible job as a teacher. What did you say? You run? There's no way you talk. That's no way to talk to a teacher. Pfft, what kind of teacher calls his student a runt? Jeez. That's it. Come here, you little... Oh, you want to fight, you fraud? Then, the next moment... Yep. She's like, that's just like school. It's like I'm at... It's too authentic. Hey, did you see that? No way. All it took was a half-assed act like that. What are you talking about? That was a class lesson, no matter how you slice it. I was teaching you my ass off there. I'll have you know that I got a teaching license from my college days. Wouldn't trust it. Well, as it happens, you don't count. Anyway, it worked. You should show some more gratitude. Hey, there's something else on the floor. Shining the light around my feet, I see. Hard shoes. I don't know about the shoes, but this mask is probably for... Yep, probably. Let's give it a try. Are those feet there? I guess the doll was naked. Whatever. Okay. And this sausage fest. Mask worn by the doll that appeared in the living room. It appears like a monkey, like the pheasant's mask. It appears it's meant to be hung on something. These are really eerie looking masks. I placed the monkey mask on the frame. The entrance to the secret passageway appears. This is the same as always. I wonder if the interior is the same as well. I feel like Rosé was trying to imply something with those words. Ugh. Let's just be careful and move forward. Did I just save? Ooh. So he killed 3 girls. And I bet we're going to find another one in here. I step into the secret passageway and immediately notice something strange. Hey, is this... The walls are covered in red streaks that looked like someone was cleaning off a brush. Is this blood? Looks like it. This seems like a situation that calls for your special abilities. Right. I just finished adjusting my breathing, so I reached toward a section of the bloodstains. A scream shrieks down directly above our heads. It's even more high-pitched than the one at the entrance, and it hits me like a lightning bolt. My vision immediately goes all white, and my strength drains from my limbs. I have to move immediately or I'll die. But do I still have the strength to escape? All right. I think that the door in front is probably actually going somewhere else this time, so I can't escape to it, probably. Uh-oh. Well, I needed another death screen to show. We gotta get out of here. Make our way back somehow. You ready, Rose? My voice will never be heard over this, so I yank on Rose's hand so we can try to escape. But our knees are shaking so badly, the best we can do is crawl forward. Aha! I collapse to the ground again. Rose brushes my hand aside. Rose's voice doesn't reach me, but I can read lips. Leave me and go. No, I will never do. Lukewarm liquid gushes out my ears. My sight rapidly darkens. The screaming recedes into darkness. Aw, no new death screen? I've been ripped off. Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure we can't go forward. Well, maybe we can, but all I can do is like maybe drop to the ground, I guess. No, I don't have enough strength to escape. Then I should choose something that will let me stall death for even a second longer. I hold my head and fall on top of the big bloodstain. Then... is this the memory from the blood? My bloodmetry activates. The screaming voice disappears and I hear the high-pitched cry of a bird that sounds like it's communicating with others. Was that a crane cry? The friendly cranes were calling out to each other. If that's the clue to stop this sound, then what should I do? Well, I can't make her scream because she won't be able to hear me, so I should scream. Oh, shit. We need to try screaming too. Pitching my voice as high as I can, I scream at the top of my lungs. I hold it out as long as possible, but the brain-piercing screams are still as loud as ever. Damn it. It's not working. Lukewarm liquid gushes out my ears. My sight rapidly darkens, screeching. Okay. I definitely won't be able to communicate with Rose, so I'll have to... The phone thing sounds ridiculous, but the other option's just totally off the table. What? Oh, what do I do to make her scream? Punch her? There's no way I can scream like that. Yanking out my phone. Blah, blah, blah. I play a random ringtone, but the volume's too low. I can hardly even hear it because the screaming is so loud. Duh. Damn it, it's not working. Yeah, okay. I don't know about this puzzle. It clearly established in the previous bad end that we can't even communicate with each other, so how can I make her scream? mean, obviously, I could just punch her or something. Just like twist her arm really hard. All right. I just jump on top of her and start wailing on her. I'm genuinely curious to see how this works. Hey, Rose. Hey, Rosé. I tell Rosé to scream through gestures. Scream, pretend you're a bird and scream. It looks like my message gets through because Rosé rears back and screams. However, I can't hear it at all. Damn it. I guess this is it. My despair turns to resignation and then my consciousness leaves me. I really like this music. Did I ever mention I really like this music? I'm definitely going to see if I can get the rip the soundtrack to this somehow. Same as me. That's all I can hear as I slip into darkness. An unknown amount of time passes. Someone's voice brings me back to my senses. And also, I need to go do some things in the oven again. I had to go again for a second. Someone's voice brings me back to my senses. Are you awake, Spigru? I take a second to gather my senses. Did the screaming stop? What are you talking about? Yes, it stopped, thanks to your advice. And, well, also thanks to my voice training. I never knew I could scream so loudly. So that means... I see. So we're saved. Unfortunately, this is neither heaven nor the river Styx. We're still living out this current life. As long as I'm alive, I don't care. All right. Nice. Anyway, I look up at the ceiling of the passageway. That scream, it came from directly above us, right? Yeah, that's what it felt like. I'd guess that there's a room above here, but it doesn't look like there's a ladder hidden anywhere. Hey, you alright? Yeah, it's nothing too serious. I just strained my throat from all that screaming. I watch Rosé rubbing her throat, and I can tell she's yelled herself raw, which is to be expected after belting a scream like that. I never expected that I would have to match a crane's cry with just my voice. Some pieces mimic cranes with a shakuhachi, or kokyu, but I've never heard it done vocally. Shakuhachi is that flute made of bamboo, right? What's a kokyu again? You're a high schooler, so what's a crude comparison I could give you? It's like a Japanese violin. You pluck the pulled strings with a bow to make sounds, so it's very similar to the violin. You don't pluck the strings of a violin. Whatever. I see. I'll keep that in mind. Haha, yes. Please embrace knowledge. I also hope that your desire to learn will be reflected on your next report card. Now, let's get back to investigating. Yeah, we're still running out of time. The other Miroku residents should be just ahead, right? True. Well then, let's go. Just as we thought, the secret passage connects with the front entrance of the Miroku residence. But the entrance here has an obvious difference from the front entrance from earlier. Hey, look. There are more of those frames. I see. This is starting to get interesting. Let's get the mask out. At that moment, the cell phone vibrated. Right, it's almost. Pity, we're out of time for tonight. Hey, it's me. No. Hey, it's me. Time to get out of there. Alright, let's go back. This is pretty good for today. Let's go. Hey, Bon, we're back. Hey, Rosé, what's wrong with your voice? What happened? Were you rocking out or something? Spigru. I'll leave this one to you. You explain how I saved us. Nani? We tell him what happened in the mansion. The 3 dolls and the 3 tapes, and the screaming in the hidden passageway. That scream again, huh? Yes, but this time was worse than before. It was trying to kill us. That may seem rude to Rose, but I'm really glad I didn't go with you. This may seem rude to Rosé, but I'm really glad I didn't go with you. Squawking like a bird just isn't me. That's interesting. I wonder what would have happened. Yeah, right. I wonder if I can still go back. It would be interesting to try. If it was just you and me, we'd probably be dead right about now. Hey, give me a break. I'm not dying an unsatisfying death like that. Getting back to what we uncovered tonight, those 3 tapes are fascinating. Each one recorded a man dismembering a girl as she screamed and pleaded. What a grotesque hobby. However, it didn't seem like he was just a sadistic deviant. He sounded pretty calm and kept saying things like, "I want to make it so you don't die." He also seemed to be very knowledgeable about what he was doing. So it's pretty likely that he's Oh boy, it's almost 1 a.m. now. So it's pretty likely that Moroku's on the tapes. Before he became a children's author, he wanted to be a surgeon. The dots connect. If I recall, Moroku wrote horror-themed fairy tales. I'm quite curious to see how he tied the dismemberments into his work. I'm absolutely fine never knowing the answer to that. I've read some of his major works myself, but there wasn't anything as weird as that in them. I don't know about his other books, though. Some of his stuff is out of print. It seems we'd be more likely to find his insanity and inquisitiveness in his minor works then. Hey, Spigru. From what I heard from Ban, your aunt's also a horror novelist. You don't mean... You want me to ask her about Yakumo Moroku? She might know some dark tidbits that only someone who traveled in his circles would know. We won't know unless we try. See what happens when you ask her casually. Alright, it's up to you. Alright, enough chatter for today. Time to split up. Getting called in for questioning would be a real pain. Alright, it's up to you, Spigru. Au revoir. I say goodbye to them and return to Kasoji Station, heading over to the Black Rabbit. I wonder if Aunt Natsumi will be there. Oh, Spike. What are you doing here at this hour? Her cheeks are looking kind of reddish and her eyes are... She must have had quite a bit to drink. None for you. You're underage. Whoa. Crap. Satomi would glare at me from heaven. I don't want to talk about my mom. I don't have any good memories of life with my real mother. She was nice enough, but she couldn't hold down a job, so we lived in poverty. Until Amanome helped find me a part-time job, there were even days when we didn't eat. Anyway, there's something I want to ask you. Do you know an author called Yakumo Moroku? Huh? Where'd you hear that name?
A friend of mine is interested in him. I thought you might know him since you write horror novels.
Oh, is that so? Yes, I know Moroku well. I loved his books when I was younger.
Aunt Natsume starts talking without me having to lead her much, probably because she's drunk. Nobody could deny her the right to occasionally drink her pain away for at least a little while.
Moroku used existing fairy tales as motifs to build his own horror works. Did you know that Grimm's fairy tales originally had some horrible scenes in them? The famous story of Cinderella is no exception. Her stepsisters cut their feet to try to make the glass slippers fit.
They cut their own feet?
Yes, that's right. Even if they were doing it to try and marry a prince, that's some serious resolve. What prince would like deformed feet, honestly? Well, I guess... It takes a village.
It's probably just coincidence that she chose that particular example. But after listening to those tapes, it didn't leave me with a good feeling.
When I was a schoolgirl, I was obsessed with Moroku's dark fairy tale stories. He put some bold, dark spins of Japanese folktales. He put some dark, bold spins of Japanese folktales? He put some dark... oh gosh, my voice is going out now. I've been... Oh, now that I think about it, I think I actually have been recording for 6 hours today. He put some bold, dark spins on Japanese folktales, just like the Grimm brothers. His unique settings and descriptions earned him a lot of passionate fans.
He was pretty amazing, huh?
Yes, in some sense he's a genius. Because they're children's stories, they have an informal style, and yet they're so realistic. His descriptions of bone, flesh, and blood were so vivid, they sent chills up my spine.
You don't say. I'm sure Moroku knew a ton about bone, flesh, and blood.
Moroku studied medicine before he became an author. I'm sure he was influenced by that.
It's pretty weird for a doctor to become an author.
His family might have pushed him to become a doctor against his wishes. A lot of his relatives are important members of society. He himself hated worldly things like fame and money. Is that enough background on Moroku?
Yeah, that's enough. I didn't think you'd know so much about him.
He was my inspiration to become a horror novelist, but I have to say that Satomi was a much more passionate fan of his than I was. I remember that she'd go to great lengths to learn more about him.
My mom was that interested in him? I thought Yakumo Moroku was a total stranger, but now I'm learning that he's surprisingly connected through my aunt and my late mother.
We've been talking a while now. You should get home.
You're gonna stay here long?
Yeah. Even if I went home, Ami's not there anyway.
Aunt Natsume.
I'm gonna lie down in the back. After all, I'll be busy first thing in the morning. Good night.
She gets up and walks unsteadily to the inner door, disappearing behind it. I lock the front door of the Black Rabbit and start walking home. As I stroll down the dark roads, I pray that Aunt Natsume can get some sleep.
Okay. Gonna have to close this one off pretty soon. It's almost 2 hours long. Nothing new here. Having to go through here every time is kind of unnerving.
A text. I open up the message.
How are you? It's D-Man. I've prepared your next riddle. Feed the souls of triplets to the monster that consumes souls. Feed the souls of triplets to the monster that consumes souls. Okay. Souls of triplets. I got these 3 masks, but I got a feeling I'm going to need them. So that can't be it. No. Don't think it's any inventory items. I wonder if these are supposed to be... They can't be security cameras, right? No, they must be lights, or... No, these are lights. What are these? Motion sensors? Alright. A monster that consumes souls. The souls of triplets. That's a good one. I really don't know what that could be. Feed the souls of triplets to the monster that consumes souls. That must be something specific, because it could just say the monster. Feed the souls of triplets to the monster. So it has to be the monster that consumes souls. Souls probably doesn't mean anything specific. It's just feed something, 3 of something to the thing that is for that something, right? There used to be a urban legend, or a, I don't know, some stupid people thing. They thought that cameras would eat your soul. So, masks? Oh, shoot. Souls of triplets. Darn. I think I was really onto something there. I guess not. Monster that consumes souls. Good point. Oh. Light catches on something in the trash. That's gotta be it. In each of the trash bins, there's coins mixed in with the trash. Wait a minute. Was I actually right? Gotta put these in the photo machine. Holy shit. All right. I enter the booth and insert the 3 coins into the slot. I don't know why I searched the garbage. It's like, okay, this is an adventure game, and searching the garbage has been the correct answer like every other time, so I'll search this one. Wasn't expecting to find keys. Oh, okay, yeah. And it's also the 3 garbage cans. It's like triplets, I guess you could say. Yeah, sure.
I enter the booth and insert the 3 coins into the slot. Then, suddenly, the machine whirs to life. Wait, what the hell?
Yeah, it's a photo machine, Spike. Get used to it.
Stepping out, I find a card in the picture pickup slot. I lower my gaze to the writing on the card.
Southeast of Tokyo, at the end of the Izu Island chain, an island made up of 100 tiny islands that isn't on any map. What? What? Southeast of Tokyo, at the end of the Izu Island chain, an island made up of 100 tiny islands that isn't on a map. That's a not a complete sentence there. It's called Rabbit Island. Southeast of Tokyo, Rabbit Island is located southeast of Tokyo at the end of the Izu Island chain. An island made up of 100 tiny islands. What? Southeast. Oh God, am I really this tired? This must make sense, right? Southeast of Tokyo, at the end of the Izu Island chain, an island made up of 100 tiny islands. What? I'm going to try and interpret this. Rabbit Island is located southeast of Tokyo at the end of the Izu Island chain, which is made up of 100 tiny islands and isn't on any map. Currently uninhabited, the factories and ruins there indicate people had lived there previously. The only residents are numerous rabbits, and it's said that travelers and fishermen who visit are welcomed by them. Things like this actually happen. There's islands inhabited entirely by cats and things like that, from places where people used to live and they had pets. And then the people either died out or they moved on or whatever. And now there's just cats everywhere. And they're like apex predators practically on those places. Because birds of prey can't get out that far. And there's nothing in the water. Like, cats don't go in the water, so they're not going to get eaten by sharks or something. Okay. Upon further investigation, I couldn't find anyone who had visited when the rumor had spread or where it came from. Official agencies gave me the cold shoulder. Thanks to Mr. K, the investigation has made significant progress in recent years. His family used to supply the military during the war, mostly with antiquities. His family supplied the military with antiquities? What does that even mean? The only living items around 10 rabbits Mr. K's grandfather raised as a hobby. His family used to supply the military during the war, mostly with antiquities. The only living items, around 10 rabbits, Mr. K's grandfather raised as a hobby. What the military did with them is unknown. Rabbits are antiquities? Are they like statues? Oh, I'm getting really tired and really confused. I don't think it's completely my fault. What the military did with them is unknown, but soon after the war, the family received a request to retrieve them. The letter only had a map with an X marked on a patch of ocean. Mr. K and his grandfather had always thought the rabbits had drowned along with the warship. But I realized something when he showed me the map. That's right, it was the location of the rumored Rabbit Island. Things got strange after that. Mr. K, the ex-detective, and I decided to head to the last of the Izu Islands with some assistance. Now that I think about it, Mr. K had a bad feeling about it, which ended up being proven correct. But I won't tell you the source of his bad feeling for now. The island was indeed there and full of rabbits. We discover that the place felt frozen in time. Memories of horrific battles remain. Who wrote this? We discovered that the place felt frozen in time and memories of horrific battles remained. Human experiments, cannibalism, atrocities beyond imagination made it a natural Eichmann site. It's slightly different from what you're facing now. What? I think I better go to bed. What was all that? It's like the proofreader just skipped that day or something.
Man, he's putting serious effort into this, unlike the proofreader. Guess I'll just go home. I solved D-Man's riddle, so I head home feeling pretty satisfied with myself.
Well, I don't know what that said, but I'm going to have to review in the recording. Too bad I can't do that right now, but I mean, it's still recording, so I can't just view it. Oh well.
Man, I'm tired. Who could be calling this late? Hello? Hey, who the hell are you? You better cut this out.
I'm really curious to find out who the ghost is this time. Like, is it one of the girls? Something I'm thinking is, like, there hasn't been a ghost that's more than one, like, entity. So maybe all those recordings were of the same girl. Like, if you think about what each recording was, they weren't of the same thing at any point. It was like, okay, I just cut off your leg. Oh, I just cut off your arm. Oh, now you're a torso, you know? So maybe it's all the same girl, and that's who the ghost is. And it's like she doesn't want to be seen because she's, like, what's the word? Afraid or something?
Damn it, it's the one from yesterday. Bet I'll be waiting for a call all night again. Might as well take a shower first.
Alright. Come on. Show me something in the mirror.
Speaking of, do I have anything to drink after I get out?
What are you going to do to me, game?
I open the fridge and look inside. Nothing. I'll go and get something from the vending machine.
Really? I actually get to go out again?
The closest vending machine is in front of the cemetery.
Oh, that's not ominous at all. I guess this is where the boss fight or whatever is going to happen this time.
What should I get?
Is that Yuri's grave?
The light coming from the machine is kind of creepy. What are you going to get?
What are you going to get? The green tea.
I buy 2 bottles of YE green tea. Okay then, time to head back.
It's like that's what determines the ending. What drink you get here.
As I turn to go, a warm, damp breeze blows past me. Ugh, that breeze was gross. Nothing on caller ID, huh? Hello?
I've got these calls before.
Damn it, again with the silent call? Probably the same one from earlier. Wonder how they'll react to the silent treatment back.
I try this too. They always just hang up after a certain period of time. I think it's one of those machines trying to see if the number is valid.
What is this? It sounds familiar. It's just TV static, just like what I heard coming from next door yesterday. Wait, why am I hearing this on the phone? Where's this call coming from? An ominous thought pops into my head. As if they sensed it, the call ends abruptly. I better hurry home.
That's right. Uh-oh. Bathroom light's already on. He turned it off before.
Rushing into my room, I quickly scan to see if anyone's there. There's no one. Guess that call wasn't coming from here after all. Man, I'm exhausted. Time for a quick shower in this completely uninvaded bathroom.
Actually, on second thought, I'll just go to bed. Oh, that back window's open too. That's never open.
I look out the window, but nothing really catches my eye.
What? Oh, God. Oh, shit. Right there, right there, right there, right there. There. Oh, there's a crack in the wall. Oh, shit. He's going to have to look through it. I don't remember there being a calendar here.
It's like I've got something on my back. My limbs are heavy.
Oh, God. I got to go to bed after this. What's going to happen? 1:08 a.m. On Halloween, no less. Huh, for once, there's a garbage can with nothing valuable in it. Come on, Spike, open it. Look, Spike, look inside. Look inside. Spike, you blind imbecile. Fine, fine. I don't care what happens to you. Actually, I do. I'm going to save first. And then I'm going to close my eyes in real life, I think. I can't do this. I've been recording for 2 hours. And I got to go to bed.
What? Didn't I turn this off again?
Look in the mirror, Spike. You know you want to. What? Game, you're really... I can't take much more of this. This anticipation of this dread.
Man, I'm exhausted.
Oh no.
What the hell? It's the neighbor again. Guess I just imagined it.
Oh God, no, I can't. I feel like just pausing it here.
Ah, I feel better now. Time to have the drink I bought earlier. I sit down on my bed and drink a white green tea. Smooth. Very easy to drink.
Look around, Spike. Does anything seem unusual to you?
Finally, time to relax. All right, time to read for a bit. I think I'll read this note on my wall, written in blood. Something's up with this room. Like something's out of place.
For real? I wonder if it's. I'm close. Okay. Honest to God, my nerves are kind of frayed. I'm not looking at the screen. I'm okay, game. I'm obeying your rules. I'm not looking.
Something's written super tiny on here. What does it say?
I'm not looking.
Don't look. What is this? I think I'll look closer. The writing's creepy enough, but the wallpaper by the words is stained and peeling. Is there something underneath? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Should I peel off the wallpaper?
No. Let's just go to bed. Yeah. All right, fine. Yeah, do it.
What's this stain? That don't look. The voice on the phone said the same thing. Please don't look inside. So was that shadow we saw at the Moroku residence?
So was that shadow we saw at the Moroku residence?
No caller ID again? I'll just reject the call.
Uh-oh. Oh boy, how's it going to change this time? You see this?
Fuck, not again. The calls won't stop, and it's getting on my nerves. I'm pulling out the battery. I turn off my phone and remove the battery. Now I have no way of calling for help. This one now, too? Better disconnect this one, too. Ignoring the call, I yank the power cord from the outlet. But the ringing doesn't stop. But I unplugged it. Abruptly, the ringing stops, but then the receiver starts to make noise.
Okay.
Whoa, what the? Ugh! The screaming is the same as what we heard at the Moroku residence. The instant splitting headache almost knocks me unconscious. I won't last if I can't get the voice to stop soon.
Turn on some music. Oh, shit.
Noise cancels out noise. Quickly pulling out my music player, I max out the volume and hit play. But the screaming doesn't stop. Damn it. It's not working.
All right. escaping outside isn't going to do anything for me at all. Right? Right? Destroy the phone. Okay. That's weird. The ring is coming from my head, right?
What if I destroy it? I shuffle over on my hands and knees and smash the phone with my fist. Break, damn it. Break, 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 break. I punch the phone over and over, bearing the pain, and by the time the phone's lost its shape, the screaming's already stopped. Somehow I escaped. That screaming. Is it the spirit from the Moroku residence? Nothing else better happen for the rest of the night.
I wonder if what's happened now is that the game has progressed to a point where no matter what happened, like they've just written, oh geez, I forgot his name again. It ends in Nome, I think. So him and Kaoru, I guess we'll probably just never see them again, or maybe like it'll change the very end of the game, like we'll see them once more or something, but like we moved on to new characters, so it's like this is their out, so they don't have to keep adjusting the story depending on who the player saved or whatever.
Crisis averted. I suck in a deep breath. Man, am I exhausted. Shit, I need to rest before I clean this mess. Collapsing onto my bed, I quickly feel my consciousness fading away. I can't keep my eyes open.
Yes, I want to save very much. And that is definitely where I'm going to end it tonight. It is 1:17 a.m. Jeez. This game's getting pretty intense. Yeah. I think I'll go to bed now. I'm not going to record anymore tonight.